Hello everyone! This is a basic 5-piece collage practice. As a beginner, it's hard to know where to start making a collage, so this is a simple and easy beginning practice. It's also good for a warm-up or for a page a day. The more you practice, the easier collage becomes. You can do the same practice many times and learn something new each time, so I suggest doing this practice more than once. This is the first of a series, and I'll be using the same exercise, but each video will have a variation or a different prompt, and I'll make a playlist called Basic 5-Piece Collage Practice. I'll put all the videos together in the playlist so they'll be easy to find. So the first thing you want to do is start collecting collage fodder. I have a video, it's a separate video, telling you what kinds of things to collect, some suggestions. I keep mine in a box so it's easy to grab. Everything's together. We are going to use 4-inch squares. You can use paper or cardstock. I suggest squares because they're easier to compose. You can overlap or put things over the edge and then they can be trimmed off. You can make notes on the back like the steps that you did, the variation, what was the prompt, what number it is, or even a date. And then I suggest you keep them all together. Put them away. Don't worry about looking at them. They're not going to be masterpieces, I guarantee you. Put them away, and later you're going to notice the progress that you have made. So these first ones, we're not making a masterpiece here. We're just doing a practice. So let's get on to the first practice. This is a basic exercise. All right. We're going to gather 5 pieces of collage fodder, things that we're going to glue together. They're going to go on a 4-inch square, so nothing too large. Don't pick images for this first one. Images can be distracting. We'll just do some kind of abstract this time. What I need you to do is choose different size pieces. Okay, at least one postage stamp size, something small, and at least one with a 3-inch side. We want to choose different types of paper, painted paper, text, magazine image. Choose different colors, different textures. Make sure you have something light and something dark. All right? So if you need to pause the video now to go collect your things, it'll be easier for you to start doing this with me without knowing what you're doing ahead of time. You might get more out of the practice if you're ready and you work along with me. All right, so pause now if you need to. So step number 2 is make your pieces glue ready so you don't have to stop and fix them while you're gluing. All right, you want to tear them to the size that you want. You want to tear off any white bits or anything that you don't like. I don't really like this part, so I'm going to do that. This is an awfully large bit. I don't like this white bit here. I'm going to just tear that off, get rid of it. It's awfully big. I need different sizes, so let me just rip that off. This one's awfully big too. I don't want that to be my first one, so let me get that. I'm going to put that back in. So I've got 5 pieces, and they're all different sizes. They're all different types of paper. They're different colors. I'm not worried that they're all blending together. This is an abstract thing. It doesn't really matter. The main purpose of this is just to have something to do. Start gluing collages together. If you're afraid to start, this is a good exercise, a good practice to do. All right. So you want all your stuff glue ready, so when you get your glue out, All you have to do is glue them down, all right? So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at our pieces, all right? This is step 3. We're going to sort them into one pile, and we're going to start with the smallest piece first. It's a guesstimate. Don't worry if they're kind of the same size. It's not exact science. I'm going to put the smallest piece down first, and then I'm going to choose which one is the next smallest piece, and I'm going to put that on top. The next smallest piece I'm going to put on top. The next smallest piece, I'm going to call that one the next smallest piece, and then the largest is going to go on top. All right? So I have a gluing magazine here. Put that to the side. So I don't like getting glue everywhere. Get your glue stick or your glue out and your square. And you've got your pile of stuff. All right, so we're ready for the glue now. Step 4 is we're going to start gluing these pieces down. All right? We're not going to plan. We're not going to do anything. We're going to take the largest piece and we're going to glue it somewhere on that square. All right, I'm going to glue mine right over here. It doesn't matter if it goes over the edge. We can trim that later. That's the nice thing about having separate squares. And then go to my pile, and I'm going to pick the next largest piece. We're going to glue these in order of the pile that we made. Okay, so let me put glue on it. And I don't know why I put the edges on the edges, but I just did. And then I'm going to go to my pile, and again, the next one on the pile is the middle-sized piece. Let me put it this way. Put it that way. And then almost the smallest piece. And when we want to do this, we want to overlap each time something that came before. It doesn't matter if we cover up the whole square. We just need to overlap something. It doesn't matter what. Overlap each time that you add something to your square. And I'm going to put that there. I've got quite a bit of the square showing, which is fine. And then we've done the first square. I am going to trim the extra off. And one thing that kind of makes these squares interesting, they probably won't be interesting at first, so don't worry, but take a dark, it can be black, it can be dark brown, and just kind of frame your collage and close it into the square. Sometimes this makes it just a little bit better. And then you want to put your notes on the back of it. This is your first one. It's the basic collage practice. So when you come across it later on, you'll know which one was which. All right? It's not pretty. It's not a masterpiece. It's a practice. So the takeaways here are collage doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a whole bunch of pieces. Practice makes perfect. The more of these that you do, the easier it will get. Collage fodder is just paper. It can be replaced. You're not using anything special here. You can replace it. Don't worry about using stuff up. Collage should be fun. Don't worry about making something pretty and just focus on the process. Put large pieces down first to create kind of a background, and you want to layer overlap. It makes your collage more interesting or more cohesive. So that's the first takeaway for the very first one. Hooray, you made a collage. It wasn't that hard. Hopefully it will get more fun as you go. All right, so for this first video, I am going to do one more. We're going to do one more, just a little variation of this exercise. So get another 4-inch square. This time, we're going to go to the collage fodder, and we're going to pick 1 or 2 images. Okay? This can be a little scary. 1 or 2 images. Don't pick the largest piece for your image. One of the smaller pieces would be better. So I don't have a whole lot of images in here, so I picked this one. All right. And I'm going to do 2 images. I'm going to go to my small little stuff and see if I can find a little something. Here's a little train. So I'm going to have 2 images. Now I need 3 other pieces. All right. So let's see what I can find. I am not really worried too much. That's a pretty big piece. Some different kinds of paper. Let's see. I'm going to do that. It's awfully large. And then here is some lottery ticket paper. So those are my 5 pieces. All right. And these are pretty large. So I need to make them glue ready. These are way too big, so let me randomly tear that off. And it's still too big. So there's one. Let me tear that one in half. And let me just take a little bit of this one off. So my pieces are different sizes, different kinds of paper. I've got 2 images. All right, we're going to make our piles. I did the step 2. They're glue ready. I'm pretty happy with them. Actually, let me just take this little bit of white off. Now I'm completely happy. All right. Now, step 3 is sorting into the pile. The smallest first, the next smallest, I'm going to call that, the next smallest, and the largest on top. Now I'm going to start gluing my pile down. I'm going to start with the top one on my pile, which is the largest piece. And I'm going to glue that down somewhere. See if I can keep it on the square this time so I don't have to trim it. The next piece on my pile, I'm going to overlap. And I am leaving white space for this one. Here's the next one. It's my image. It's not anything special. It is a coffee. Which way is it supposed to go? I think it's supposed to go this way. It doesn't really matter. We'll put it that way. So I can't decide which way it's supposed to go. So the nice thing about squares is you can turn the squares around. The next piece in my pile. Overlap. And the last little bit, I like to call these the details. They can be very fun. And so I am going just to put that like it's going into the coffee cup. Perfect. I'm going to ink the edges. It's not too bad. But don't judge. We're not making masterpieces. And when you're learning how to do something, you're not going to be an expert right away. This is a practice. Don't worry if they're ugly. Don't worry if they don't make any sense. You will get there eventually. That's what practice is all about. And I did a horrible job inking those edges up. It doesn't matter. And so that's it. It's a collage. You've done your second collage. It's pretty easy. So collage should be fun. Don't worry about making something pretty. Focus on the process. You're going to get better as time goes on. You're going to discover your likes and your dislikes. You're going to know what kind of collage fodder that you enjoy using. You're going to find some interesting pieces. You're going to get to the point where you're going to see a piece of paper and you're going to say, that would be really interesting in a collage. And you're going to become obsessive with gathering little bits of paper. You will have a large collection before you even know it. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you guys have fun with this basic 5-piece collage practice. I will have more videos out soon. Look for the playlist. Good luck, everyone. Thanks for watching.